Hello, fellow neurohackers. Today, I just want to cover some FMRIPREP development. So, in case you've ever wanted to contribute to FMRIPREP and you never knew where to start, this may not be the guide, but hopefully this will give some insight on at least a workflow that I do to help contribute to the codebase. And if people see things that I do inefficiently or poorly, please let me know, because I would also like to improve my own workflow. All right. So to get started, I'm just going to pretend for a little bit that I am new-ish to FMRIPREP, so I'll just walk through like what would I do as the first step. So I would go to, they have pretty much a lot of shortcuts. I visit it so many times. And if I was going to work in FMRIPREP for the first time, I would fork it. And I would fork it to my home account. I've already done that, so I don't need to do that again. Alright. And I think what I'm going to work on today is what's hopefully going to be at least somewhat of a low cost, what do I want to say? A low cost contribution. Now, where is that conversation? Because it just happened today. Alright. I'm not going to cover the smoothing bit, but what I want to add is perhaps the option of selecting how many steady state volumes that you want, or how many volumes that you want to remove from the front of your MRI scan, just so that you have a set limit of how many volumes that you've removed, or that you want to ignore for your analysis. So that will be set across all your participants. So let's see if we can change the FMRIPREP code base to make that a reality. Okay, so after we've cloned it, forked it, use the right words, I'm going to clone it to my local. So for this, I'll switch over to my terminal, and I have a place where I keep all of the things that I'm working on in my documents, development directory. Then we can go to FMRIPREP. Well, and in here, this is where I do the git clone that URL. I use Control-Shift-V to paste that into the terminal. Since it already exists, I'm just going to cd into that directory. And I'm going to see what branch I'm on. And I'm going to see my remotes. So I set up the Poldrack Lab FMRIPREP, so the original FMRIPREP, point to be called upstream on my Git repository. All these names can be whatever you want them to be. It's just kind of convention that origin is where mine is, where my forked FMRIPREP is, and then upstream is where the original repository is. And if I recall correctly, how you add a remote is git remote add. And then I forgot what the actual syntax for that was, whether I put the name first. Add remote git. So I want to make sure I'm saying the correct thing. So git remote add name of the thing. The name of the what do I want to say? The origin and upstream refer to, are just like a shorthand for a URL that points to the repository that we want it to be associated with. So it would be, you could say origin or upstream, and then we would put that same URL that we copied to clone. Okay. That would get us pretty much here. To make sure that I'm staying up to date, I'm going to pull upstream master. So I'm going to pull from the master branch from the original repository. Boom. Alright, so now I'm up to date. So now I can make my own branch. Hit branch B. And I want to call this one maybe call it specify skip balls. Did it wrong. Oh, oh yeah. I get branch get checkout B. I think I could use the get branch, but I'm more familiar with get checkout B. So it's the dash B branch. All right. Making sure I'm still recording. All right. Now from here, I can start making changes to the code. So I use VS Code, highly recommend it. But use whatever helps you stay productive. Everything's gonna have a little bit of learning curve, so take that for what you will. And I think I do have some things that are set up, like a development environment that's set up here. I might need to reset that up. So essentially what I have is oh, Shift P. I have a Conda environment that's for my FMRIPREP development. And I made it through Conda. We'll see if this one is still useful. I think it's somewhat out of date, so I might need to update my development environment. If people have ideas on how to keep your development environment up to date, I would be most appreciative. Okay. So I think it's also been a little while since I looked at the code base, but there might be some silent moments here as I try to remember where things are and what I need to change where. I know what one thing that I will need to change is within the command line interface, since if I want to add an option, suppose we can start there since that's the, this will be the quote unquote easiest part. Let's see, we want to manually specify the number of volumes that we can ship. Let's see where that fit. Argument, workflow configuration. Not IC Roma, not ants, not field map, not free surfer, not surface. Is it? I guess this is other still. Okay. So I'll set this down. I mean, I think it's other. Anything else that really fit? Maybe workflow config. See what other thing. Maybe workflow configuration. I'll put gconf that argument. Start a new line. Call it dash. Get vols num. We'll see what suggested is. That gets suggested to be renamed to be something more clear. But we'll just have something here that we can use. Okay. Then, or it's just a boolean. Or no, it's a number. Well, either, let's see. Either it's going to be an integer or it's going to be false. Close it. And I will use maybe, okay, 5 to 6. Yes, I'll say, can I have the default be false? Type is an int. Guess we'll see what problems that cause. Be multiple. Okay. That might be problematic. I don't specify default. What's maybe the worst that happens? I'll be none. None. If that's less. If that doesn't hurt us. Okay. Then say the help is, I guess some things. Okay. Number of volumes to number of steady volumes specified. That's not great either, but we'll just let that simmer. Okay. So now how it works that this will be available as skip underscore vols underscore num. So now I'm going to want to pass that to some argument. Oh, wow. These are not alphabetical or any order, so I guess it's just kind of, add it where you want. So I will add this. Skip. Or was it num skip vols? Already don't remember my own edits. Skip vols num. Skip vols num. Skip vols num. Okay. Oops. It falls down. And now the comma down there. And I think next thing I need to change is init FMRIPREP workflow, which if we see, where is that imported from? Find it. That's from workflows.base. Now I'll go to workflow. God, there's so many options. Okay. I'm gonna add another. Get all num noise. Buzz. All this can I do ors? Int or none. Right? Number of volumes. I don't have to consider as non-steady state. Yeah, that does all. Hopefully I'll have more inspiration later. Okay. Single subject workflow. I want to pass that into here as well. Give num. Same. Boom. That is init single subject workflow. Single subject workflow, it's defined red tail. Happy. Yeah. Base. Yeah. All right. And now that's pretty much all the for the basics. That's some of the formalities that one needs to do. I think I need to do some more changes in the actual docs, but I will do that when I get there. It's not the anatomical pre-proc workflow. It is the funk. Funk. That is from .bold. I'm going to bold. Go into I'll go into bold and I'll go into base. But I also need change this one. Pause. Num. All right. Now go to bold base. Pre-proc workflow. Okay, because that's the thing that we need to change. And change this to get oh was it skip full? Oh man, I already forgot it feels like skip full. Yeah, I already. Oh dear. Okay. I guess what I'm gonna do here, replace in files. I'm gonna look for get ball. I'm gonna replace that with get balls. How many times I made every single replace. All right. Um. On default. Oh, these. Okay. Right. Yeah. The non-default arguments cannot. Or essentially, if you initialize your argument with an equal sign in the definition here, you can't have a non-default argument that goes after these types of function, or that goes after these parameters that give an option, that give an initial option. Right. That one will copy that. Sorry. And in here, they are the generate reference, and that is going. That's what generates the number of non-steady state volumes. So essentially, you're going to have to overwrite look falls. Yeah, going to be within init bold from util. Okay. File. Maybe now the question is whether I want to pass it in as a function parameter or if I want to pass it in as like a input. I think right now I can pass this in as a parameter. I'll probably give it none. False. NREF. Still within. I don't. My workflow. I'm gonna try to keep this change just in FMRIPREP. So I'm just gonna do some disconnect and connect. So one. Okay, well, I'm thinking if the output of validate n volumes to discard if that is larger than what's manually specified, I feel like that would be important for the user to know, just so that they know that the automated algorithms said that they wanted to kick out more volumes than what you specified. I'm just trying to think of an easy way to do that, because getting a little late and my brain is mush. But everything is fixed by saying it's a work in progress. I'll just call this a work in progress, and then all my best ideas are always tomorrow, right? So if let's do the parts that I know first. If skip vols num, so none is falsy, so if it's anything but none, like an integer, it will evaluate to true. So if that is true, oh my god, a little annoying. Okay, then I'm going to do workflow disconnect how specific? I don't even remember how disconnect worked. I guess, yeah, I just want to disconnect the genref. Genref from output node specifically. Oh, no, it is literally this. So I think I need to make it. Okay. Remembering the syntax. List. Enter. Paste. This thing. Disconnected. Closed. Okay. I'm just gonna manually specify that output node dot this available. Okay. Outputs dot. No, it's not. Or is it inputs? Dot inputs dot. Where do I find the things? Dot input source. What was the thing that did the allowed me to know? Was it output node dot inputs? Doesn't seem. Doesn't seem to have any stuff. Okay. This is an identity interface. Okay. I don't even remember this. My development environment's not set up so I can check it locally. That's why it's good to have a good development environment. So I'm going to maybe I'll just go to the original. I just want to look at my access things. Range. Yeah. Let's start it. Okay. So where was I? I'm disconnecting that inputs at get balls equals get balls now. Okay. Now I feel like I should have something set up where I can run this locally. But for now, look at the errors. Net look. Workflows. Workflows. The base. This one. Did I not add? And FMRIPREP workflow. It falls down. That exists. Should be right now, right? If I save this, get vols num is in there. Vols num, init FMRIPREP workflow, init FMRIPREP workflow. Promise. Saved. Um, yep. Maybe it'll become on what? That's an A. Push it. Yeah, I think I need to change some things in the docs. What? Which one? change? Parameter. Maybe that will. Bolder. I guess I don't need a specified, so that's a D. I think I made the changes there that I needed. This is still just bugging me. I'm sure it's some super simple, obvious thing too. That either me or someone else looking at this video is just like, oh my gosh, it's so simple. Why is this unexpected? I defined it, I put it in the definition. Init FMRI from workflows base from workflows base, put it in there, put it in here, then not put it somewhere else. Init FMRIPREP workflow, put it in there. All these parameters, put it in here when I'm calling this thing. It calls num. It exists, I'm using it. Why? Maybe if I exit out of everything, maybe it'll go. And if not, that's just the way it is. And I'll see what dumb mistake I made later. See. Open up a new. Open up that one. I wonder if it's timed. Okay. Okay. Errors that I expect right now, since I still need to update my environment. Bring me your errors. Workflow is big. Go to base. External locale. Business. Override. Okay. I don't appear to be. There's some file that I'm missing that I didn't have appear to be have that same error. I'm assuming that fix. I don't remember if there's anything else in document. I think I need anything for that. What else do I need to change? Don't need to change any of the interfaces. That. And I'm guessing I'm gonna make some more changes to, get that functionality where it gives a warning in case the algorithm selected more volumes than what was specified. But I think I might need to, if I do that, then I would need to, let's go back in here. If I did do that, I need to make this an actual function that I connect to the workflow, and then the input, then I would make that a node, and then I would still connect this genref used for me. Yeah, it's still used. Okay, so I'd still connect this genref to that node that I made with n volumes to discard, and I would compare that to the input to that node, which would be the manual number that the user specified, and then I would generate a warning or not based off of whether the n volumes to discard was greater than the skip vols num that was specified. Alright. Nothing tremendous was changed, but I hope this at least gives people the first part of what does actually contributing FMRIPREP look like. At least, and here's one example. Could be better. say that much. Guess we'll cover one more thing here. Just how to actually track all the changes that we made with get. Should probably do this through the VS Code editor since they probably make it nice to do such a thing, but I'm still have habits of doing it via the command line, so I'm just going to continue to do it via the command line for now. Git add, commit, add, skip, calls, do docs, git add, CLI, add, calls, option, option, command line interface, git add, base. Base will probably be essentially the same thing. Pass, skip, hold, through functions, add, no, and I don't know. I feel like so. I guess I don't know. Add option to manually specify number of non-steady state volumes. That's a lot. With yep, all is num. Alright, sticking to it. Is there anything else? That was it. Alright, so now the next step is to maybe add a test, but how to necessarily add a test? How would I want to add a test? I feel like I don't really want to skip any of the volumes on any of the test data sets. I don't think in any of the test data sets that was even like a thing. And I forget if I can even check to see. Oh. I don't know if I can see if that was in the artifact. I wonder if this. Alright. Maybe not much. Okay. Oh, alright, what's this? Oh, test. Guess I want an actual data set. see. Maybe it fits in the context of my test. Burdens, crap, fuck. This doesn't detect any non-steady state volume, I think. Now, looking at the TSV, it doesn't look like it contains that, so I'd be changing how it works. I want to test this functionality, but I'm not sure what. I'm not sure where it'd be appropriate to actually add it. Does this dataset have a non-steady state? Let's see. This TSV. I mean, my guess is that none of them do. Oh, my 210 does. Okay. Alright. So I can add a test to this one. I guess now we won't have an explicit test on whether or not it works if I add the option to test it here. Alright. But we'll know that that code is actually being run, at least. With the other datasets, it's just that it will return 0. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use dataset 210. I'm glad that kind of worked out. Alright, so yeah, there's still one more change that I need to make for the tests. Oh, that's the wrong thing. For the tests, I'm going to go into Circle CI. I'm going to go into config. Now let's find ES210. Where are you? Testing. Oh, no, where'd I go? Where did I go? Okay. Run full FMRIPREP. Okay. I think this will be appropriate here. Be a skip. Falls. Num. 1. That's what I saw in the TSV. There's one volume that was marked as non-steady state. Let's see what happens when we just manually specify that. Alright. I'll add that. Add test. Or skip. Falls num. Commit it. Now I think I'm just ready to. I'm still on my specify skip vols branch. So I think I'm ready to push. Starting to think if I forgot anything. I think there's a wiki to look at. FMRIPREP. You know, I'm being a good contributor and all. I think that there's like a wiki. People. Release. Look at the reviewing a pull request. See what I did. New functions and modules, existing code, required amendments, been updated. Inline comments. Yes. New test batteries. Data. Workflows. Pipe. Please. Yes. Hey. Alright. Think I'm ready. Get started. Good. Nothing else to commit. Git log. Fill my commits. I made a bunch of small commits, so it artificially increases how many contributions I make. Okay. Think I'm good. Push it to Circle CI and see what fails. Push origin. What is I already forgot the name of my thing. Alright, now what branch am I on? Git branch? Okay. Git push. Origin. Specify skip calls. I'm trying to remember if I have it. I don't think that triggers anything on my side. That trigger anything? It does. Okay, so I have it set up to trigger for me. So there's one thing that I didn't really follow our protocol here for. That I should have like officially opened an issue for FMRIPREP to talk about this functionality. But I kind of skirted around that just because I've seen this talked about before, and I just from memory I feel like this was an option that people wanted, so I went ahead and did it anyways. But I don't think I'm gonna wait too long for these tests to finish. I'm just gonna call it quits for now, and I think that this hopefully this video demonstrated at least some of the things that one would do to contribute to FMRIPREP, and I hope it's helpful. And I hope that people can have feedback for me to help improve my own workflow. So with that, I'll say goodbye and good night.